Hello, welcome back to Tamara Bowling Video Ball Reviews. Today we are testing the new Storm IQ Tour AI.
If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon.
First impressions, I think this review is going to be pretty clinical. The new IQ Tour AI is a straightforward mid-late shape in the bag. All right, let's start with Tyler this time, as the basic take is that this type of reaction on ball are right up his alley. He has a little higher rev rate, which allows him to take advantage of the medium strength cover and stable low diff core. That IQ Tour C3 core is a well-known entity in that it has the round and predictable down lane shape, not too much back-end motion, combined with a clean finish on the R2S hybrid allows it to easily be used on medium and lighter volumes. So this is a mid-late ball, but for a higher rev bowler, it is on average a little stronger behavior than for Brian and I. All three of us really like the IQ Tour Ruby. That was with the R2S Pearl cover and the C3 core without AI. With the hybrid and the IQ Tour AI, this ball feels a bit more calm. Maybe not the traditional explosive hybrid we've come to know from Storm. Doesn't feel like it's really earlier on lane, of course, because it's lane shine, and that's kind of what dictates. But there's a smoother transition that makes the IQ Tour AI feel just a bit rounder, and ultimately maybe perceived as a bit weaker than the IQ Tour Ruby, maybe. With this pattern being 44 feet and 25.8 mils, this ball may work a bit better when it's more broken down. As it stands, it's fairly easy to use, but it just feels like it could use starting up a foot or two sooner to make it more consistent. All right, so for me, it's the same thing, really. The IQ Tour AI is very predictable, really easy to figure out what works, and ultimately it works quite well. I would say, again, under normal circumstances, I may not seek to pull out a mid-late ball on this 44-foot pattern until it's broken down further. And the truth is, it rarely breaks down that much on the left side. However, at times, I've thought a mid-late shape would not come into play, and then I pull it out at a desperation only to find out it's perfect. Well, why is that? Because it's clean, but also smooth and predictable down lane without a huge motion. So while I do have to play closer to the friction wall with this ball, it's smooth enough to make the window of motion down lane very predictable. And even while sometimes it feels a bit later to turn over, it actually makes it more usable. For me, I like the Road Warrior in this slot in the bag more because it's a bit earlier rolling and the move is firmer down lane. However, sometimes that bigger move creates big splits on misses instead of 4 pins. So while I might feel fairly clinical about the IQ Tour AI in this slot in the bag, it deserves consideration given that predictability. Still, while it didn't do anything wrong, it also didn't scream, "You must keep me in the bag," for me personally. All right, and now we have Brian, and he's closer yet to the friction line. The IQ Tour AI is really pretty low on the motion capabilities for Brian's style, so it's a bit more exposed on this longer pattern. The slower speed allows the ball to pop a bit more, and ultimately Brian is skilled enough to score pretty well with IQ Tour AI, playing fairly direct and feathering it enough to allow it to hit the pocket and knock the pins down. Now I want to add that Brian had an IQ Tour Fusion in his bag years ago, and there's a natural comparison given the same C3 core and R2S hybrid cover. He did feel that the AI had a bit more punch than his Fusion did. Obviously, this is not a direct comparison as he no longer has it, but as far as he seems to recall, the AI has a bit more pop than the Fusion, which felt a bit smoother in his mind. The bottom line, the Storm IQ Tour AI will call anyone's number who had a Fusion. It's quintessential mid-late ball. I started with this. It really just straightforward clinical motion. It meets the requirements for the slot, will attract those with higher rev rates and those who love the Fusion. For others, it may be another mid-late ball on the shelf, and if you like the shelf appeal and the motion, there it is. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.